Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. We are focusing today on the distributive property. The distributive property as it applies to the FSA. So this is going to be the distributive property FSA practice. I know these will be a lot of notes, but they're important, and obviously I can't print them out and give them to you anymore, so we gotta improvise. Okay, so question 1. The expression 4x plus 6y represents the sum of Frank and Mike's total monthly wages, where x represents the number of hours Frank worked, so x is Frank, and y represents the number of hours that Mike worked. Okay, so if x is Frank, Mike has to be y. Okay, what is another way to write the expression, and what can you conclude from writing it in this way? Boom, here are your answer choices. First thing I need to be able to do, I need to apply the distributive property. Okay, I have 4 options. Let me try and distribute. Let me try and distribute. First, let's do the first one. 4 times x is 4x. Okay, and then 4 times 1.5y, well, that's going to be 6y. So far, that looks like exactly what I'm looking for. Okay, so this looks okay to me so far mathematically. Let's try B. 6 times 4, well, wait, 6 times 4 is 24x. I'm looking for 4x, not 24x. B is wrong. Let's move on to the next one. 4 times x, well, 4 times x is going to be 4x. So far, so good. I must distribute to both, though. 4 times 2, well, that's going to be 8. I'm not looking for 8. I want 6y. I don't want 8y. C is wrong. Let's check D. 4 times x, okay, that's 4x. And 4 times 1.5, well, that's going to be 6y. Okay, so far, mathematically, A and D are possible answer choices. I did that without having to worry about the sentences afterwards. So, you know what? I'm doing pretty good so far. All right, now I can't help but notice that in both of these, I have a 1.5 times y, right? So they're telling me 1.5 times y is the same as, oh, I'm so sorry. I don't know what's going on with my laptop. Is the same as x by itself. So 1.5 times y equals x. Well, if you remember, up here, we wrote down what Frank and Mike are represented by x and y. So y is actually Mike, and x is Frank. So what they're telling us is 1.5 times Mike equals Frank. So Mike's hourly wage is 1.5 times Frank's, or Frank's hourly wage is 1.5 times Mike's. What do you guys think? Not telling you the answer. I already worked out the math for you. See what you can come up with on your own. And yes, if you have a question, you can message me. Moving on. Sofia's t-shirt store earns a 60-cent profit for each shirt she sells and a 60% profit for each hat she sells. Well, so far that's 0.60 for each shirt, which is going to be S, and a 0.60 profit for each hat, which is going to be H. Which expressions show? So this is going to be select all that apply. Interesting. They tried to sneak that up on us. Which expressions show Sofia's total profits from selling shirts and hats? Well, if it's a total, this is how much profit she gets for S, and this is how much profit she gets for H. Totals are together. They're a sum. I would add both of these together. This, or some variation of it, is what I'm looking for. So, let's take a look. Let's do a quick fire round. I already know my answer is B. Why? Because it's exactly the same as what I'm looking for. So no worries there. A, you know what? A looks wrong to me. Here I have a plus sign, right? Do you guys see a plus sign for A? No, it's just multiplication. A's got to be wrong. Wait, well, same thing here. What about D? Look at D. D has a plus sign and a plus sign and a plus sign. but these two numbers are being multiplied. These two numbers are being multiplied. Do you see any multiplication in D? No. No multiplication at all. It's just adding. So D must also be wrong. Well, let's take a look. I know I skipped C, but we'll come back to it later. E and F are really grabbing my attention right now. You guys have noticed that they have a 1.20 instead of a 0.60. Well, that seems wrong to me, but let's just double check. All right, here, wait, if you add 0.60 and 0.60, you would get 1.20, but no, that can't be right. This 0.60 has an S, and this 0.60 here has an H. You can't add those together, no. E and F are totally wrong. So far, I have B as a correct answer, and I've eliminated all the other answer choices except C. This is a select all that apply question, so it must have at least two answers. C's got to be right, but let me just double check it. Let me check out how. If I go ahead and I take C, 0.60 times S plus H, and I apply the distributive property, I multiply 0.60 times S, that's 0.60S. Oh, I don't know what I did. Hold on. I'm so sorry, guys. Ah, there I am. Okay. If I do 0.60 times S, that's 0.60S, plus 0.60 times H is 0.60H. And this is exactly what I'm looking for. B and C are the correct answer choices. All right. Last one, I promise. Moving on. Patrick and Gabby both get paid an equal hourly wage of $14 per hour. Okay, so that's $14 each. This week, Patrick made an additional $58 an hour in overtime. Okay, let's stop. Patrick and Gabby, they both get $14 per hour, so that's 14 per hour that Patrick works and 14 per hour that Gabby works. And they got an additional, Patrick got an additional plus $58 in overtime. The expressions below that represent the weekly wages of both, if, oh wait, both. I'm looking for a total, so this has to be added up. Okay, if X equals the number of hours Patrick worked, so X is Patrick, let me replace that P with an X, plus Y, the number of hours Gabby worked. So Gabby, let me replace that G with a Y. So what I'm looking for is 14X plus 14Y. Notice it says select the expressions, plural. This is select all that apply. Okay, let me try working on that then. So this is what I'm looking for right here. I'm going to look at my answer choices. Already, I know that A is correct because A is exactly what I'm looking for, no variations. So A's got to be right. B, well, I don't know about that. B has a minus sign. This doesn't have minus signs, it only has pluses, so B's got to be wrong. Same thing with D, look at that, it has a minus. D's got to be wrong. F has a minus. F has to be wrong. You saw how quickly I eliminated the wrong answer choices just by paying attention. Now, I'm going to try out C and E to make sure that they're right. If I have 14, I'm working on C now, obviously. 14x plus y plus 58. Well, 14 times x is 14x. 14 times y is 14y. I didn't distribute any, oh, sorry. I didn't distribute anything to my 58, so that stays the same. Look, it looks exactly like what I'm looking for. C is correct. Now let me work on the last one, E. E is the only one I haven't reached a decision on yet, and I need to check all of these to select all that apply. Well, 14x plus 58, in parentheses, plus 14y. Okay, well, I see a lot of parentheses, but there's nothing to distribute. There's nothing in front to distribute to both numbers inside. I think I can just rewrite this. 14x plus 58 plus 14y. Now here's my question. Your first instinct might be, E is wrong, Mr. Pearson. There's no way it can be right. Look, it's not like what we're looking for. But it has a 14x, it has a 14y, and it has a 58. The only thing that changed for E is the order. That doesn't matter. E is correct. So this one has 1, 2, 3 responses.